morning. How is that? Does that work for you? Okay. Just making sure it's not too loud or not loud enough for you. So we'll go ahead and, of course, first and foremost, Happy New Year. Such a wonderful time to be able to be together for the first full year of my tenure here at Regency. So I think we had a fantastic 2023, and I'm just looking forward to 2024 with all of you. So we do have Betsy's out today, and Ginger is sick, so it will be Sam and I, and Miss Bobby's going to help us get the microphone around when we get to the question part. So, but we'll just go ahead and kind of get started. If there are any resident announcements, we can most certainly start with that. None? Did you party too hard for New Year's? That's okay, as you should, as you should. Well, we'll just roll into some updates then. Right, just a little reminder to please silence your cell phone so everyone present and at home can hear any of the material and questions. IHS just wanted to say Happy New Year, and if you need any help with any cleanup or undecorating, they will most certainly come out and help you do so. I think that's kind of the bummiest part, is once you have to put it all away and store it again. That's not exciting, but if you do need that extra help, IHS is here to help you. Environmental service updates. They had the Regency room chairs have been upholstery. The upholstery has been cleaned, and the North dining room chairs have been cleaned as well. So Evan does a really great job at paying attention to detail and getting those areas. So we'll continue to be focusing on items as such, of course, in coordination with your services in your home. But we'll make sure that we continue to address those areas as we have. We do have some COVID updates. Unfortunately, Ginger is out sick, and we do have one COVID case in the north and one COVID case in the south. Around this time of year, RSV, COVID, flu tends to increase a little, so we like to just continue giving those updates. Resident services, we've mentioned this the last Tuesday talk. As we are going into a new year, we are going to make sure we focus and reiterate some of our policies that have come up. We are a no-lift community. Life Care Services and a lot of our communities practice that protocol, meaning our staff is not to pick you up and help you transfer or anything like that in independent living. If you do have a fall, we can help with your assisted devices, handing those to you, helping you in that aspect. But it is not our practice to have our staff pick you up off the ground. And this, again, is for your safety and for the safety of our staff. So we just want to reiterate that. We want to manage that expectation. Some residents and some families think that that's what we're supposed to be doing. And unfortunately, we cannot. But we, of course, do implement emergency services in the event you need them, and then we can get you the help that you need at that point. Again, we know it can be frustrating, but we do want to manage that expectation for everyone's safety. So we'll be revisiting that, just getting that information out. Again, from resident services, like I mentioned, we have a couple policies that we will be revisiting. The no-lift policy, the personal sitter policy. This is not if you are with Innovative Home Services. This is if you have sitter services outside of IHS. We do have a screening protocol, and we do have a process where we don't just let anyone on in here. So that's what that is about. It doesn't pertain to you, so we won't necessarily give that to every single person, but that will be being addressed as well. Assisted animal policy, of course, those are laws and policies that we do acquire and maintain, so we'll have some of that information coming out. I know we've mentioned the authorized electronic monitoring, still working on that one, and then the motorized scooter policy. Again, it's not saying you can't have them, there's just a process and parameters that we like to have outlined for the expectations of that. So more to come. Please do see Kelly, if you have any questions about these, but we just want to give you a heads up that you will be seeing this information. Activities this week from Ginger and Wednesday. The Darwin, the Modern Science of Evolution is at 3 p.m. Here in the town hall. Wednesday, Regency Oaks Dance Night, 7 p.m. in Grand Lobby South. Thursday, January 4th is Meditation with Ann at 11:30 in Town Hall. And Friday, January 5th is Rusty Belly's Restaurant, 11:30 pickup, and call Sam to check for availability. Ginger should be back tomorrow if she's feeling up to it, but otherwise Sam is here to help with anything you need for programming. Right, Sam?
Yes.
A little bit of updates from plant operations. Darwin will be returning from holiday, or what we call PTO, which is paid time off, tomorrow. But Paramount is actually here today for scheduled maintenance on the north generator and fire pump. There should be no disruptions, so we just kind of like to communicate. Those types of things are most certainly maintained and licensed and operated and addressed pretty frequently throughout the year. Piper Fire has been out to replace some boards in our fire command room. We will begin some roof repairs this week. And Blue Team will be back. There was a lot of items that still need to be addressed prior to the holidays. So Blue Team will be back so we can finish those items up. So if you have anything, please let Betsy know at the front or myself, and we can add that to their ongoing list. It's a long one, huh? Just another reminder, I like to keep this in there, to please keep giving us your feedback. I haven't gotten the number yet from December. I'm looking forward to finding out what that was. We were wanting to beat November's scores and feedback, but please do continue utilizing those that are at your tables. Again, if you are having any issues with the reservation portal, you can see the dining host desks for those reservations, and you can reach out to Maddie at 341 and she can assist you with anything full count and reservations. A little bit of updates from Ricky. Just wanted to remind you all that the new gourmet starts Wednesday the 10th, featuring Beef Oscar. Bella Row is resuming next Friday on the 12th. Then we'll be doing Breezeway following Friday and the 19th, and then they'll have Breezeway and the Bella Row alternate every other Friday. A little bit of HR updates. Statistics going into 2024. We have 325 active employees, 194 full-time, 131 part-time, and 44 per DM. And we are just looking forward to a successful 2024. Sales updates. We ended quarter 4 on a budget of 14. We ended at 17 sales. So pretty successful quarter, pretty successful way to end 2023. And we just want to thank our ambassadors and our marketing committee for all of their help. We had quite a few events and a lot going on and quite a few prospects. So just thank you again. That's a big part of our success here at the community. A little bit of follow-up from myself. I had my first president's briefing with Miss Margaret Henry, our new RAC president, last week. I thought it was a fantastic meeting, and I feel very optimistic about our partnership and all of our success, all of ours, for 2024. So we talked about things, and she really just kind of jumped right in there. So I think between the two of us, you will all be in good hands. We are still waiting on the budget and CapEx, haven't gotten any information on that, so we'll certainly be presenting it as soon as I do. We are still working on the last few items of the handbook. That was something we discussed with Miss Margaret as well. Betsy is out for a couple days. She's been putting in a lot of hours, and the handbook's been part of that, so we haven't forgotten. We are almost there. So like I said, we took about 7 years of not updating it, so it's been quite an undertaking. We are working on the automatic door sensor. We have received the bid, working on getting that invoice and when they can get out to where the town hall double doors don't close on you, that they have a sensor that would pop back open. So because of the way the door was designed, that's been a little tougher as usual, right? It's not as simple as we think, but we are still working on that and have not forgotten. We did get our front offices renovated here in the north. Myself and Betsy and Sherry, of course, they weren't quite cohesive with our new renovation in the north building, so we did get those updated as well. So that's pretty nice. They look much better, I think, and just kind of continuing to finalize everything post the fire. What, almost 2 years ago now? Year and a half. Mm-hmm. We are finishing, we got the contract executed last week, and I'm following up with Ricky and Maddie today to where we can get the point of sale rolled out. That is where your server comes to your table with the little handheld devices. We've had those on hand. We've gotten everything worked out with the contract, and so those should be getting rolled out over this next week. So again, we met and exceeded budget for occupancy and ALIL and skilled nursing for 2023. So we're really looking forward to December closeout and where we landed with everything in its entirety for 2023. So we always usually get those. We start month-end close usually around the 3rd of the month, the following month, and we usually don't get the financials until about the 2nd week. So we'll probably get December's financials next week. Now we'll have a better idea of exactly where we landed in 2023. I am working on getting some furniture for the north lobby. Obviously now with the updates, doesn't look the best. So we are working on getting some staging furniture. Of course, over the holidays, lots was delayed, so I plan to jump back into that process. We are okay as well as starting the annual evaluation process. Every year we begin with our self-evaluations, and then we meet with our direct supervisors to complete our evaluations, and in March we execute the wage increases per budget. So we are starting that whole process. That's 300 something employees all getting an evaluation. We have those meetings, we set those up, we document those, that way everyone's very clear on where they stand, and there are no questions about their status come time for a raise. We do actually have, next week on January 10th, we have a warranty walk for the town hall with Schaefer Construction. They are the company that built it, as well as, oops, I have a typo there, but as well as LCS Development, and that will be Wednesday, January 10th, around 10:30. It's really just them coming out and checking. It's been about a year, so they're going to be out to review anything that may be under warranty. I did just want to FYI, I've already sent some of this information to the Railroad Board, but I did get a letter from Rejuvenate. They are our contracted partner. We hold no capability or responsibility as far as how they manage. We of course work with them, but they are sending out a rate increase letter from the salon services, so we will be getting that information out and distributed. Again, they are simply a partner that rents the space from us. I do not have any control or manage their business or their increases or their pricing. So if you do have any questions, you can see their front desk. They also have a Betsy, and they'll have that information out for you, and then we will help them get the letter distributed, but they are submitting the 30-day notice of some of their price increases. And that information will be available in the salon. Just a little bit, I know that of course we're in IL, but I always like to kind of touch base on some healthcare as well. We are of course a CCRC, and in that aspect you would have spent some time in any of our higher levels of care, whether it be short-term rehab temporarily or a future move. But as far as a little bit of healthcare wrap-up, Our resident satisfaction, we actually had 90% in AL and skilled nursing. I think we all know IL was the area of focus and improvement. Occupancy, SNF actually achieved skilled nursing. SNF, the skilled nursing facility, achieved its highest occupancy since 2017. We had the highest admits the community has ever had, exceeding last year by 34 additional residents that chose us, Regency, to provide the care. And assisted living hit a record of 101% occupancy with bed holds. We had 553 residents transition to next level, usually home or next level of care. So 553 discharges. And we maintained our 5-star quality measures rating throughout the year. And we remained complaint and survey free, which demonstrates our meticulous adherence to our grievance and concern resolution and process. So again, of course, IL is my focus. Everything's my focus. Obviously, I'm responsible for the whole campus. However, Kyle manages our healthcare setting, and Kyle and I obviously work very closely together, and we're pretty proud of a lot of this data. So we just like to share everything with you. And then as far as just to kind of set 2024 off, to set our sights on 2024, we want to embrace challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. So one of our biggest focuses is going to be survey excellence. We are going to be doing an IL Pulse survey this year to follow up from last year's. And obviously we are hoping, anticipating for much better results. And then skilled nursing will have a survey visit so they can reclaim their overall 5-star rating. There is quality measures and then there's an overall. So that happens to be something that is on our priority list and a goal of ours. Staffing stability, working towards reducing turnover and stabilizing staffing. For the most part, we do a fantastic job, but there are some departments that have a little bit more instability than others, so that continues to be a focus of ours as well. Operational efficiency, reduction of overtime, and we do want to maintain, again, our 5 stars in quality measure. That's in the healthcare setting, but reduction in overtime in general is something that it's one of the most easily controlled expenses that a community can manage when we are being good stewards of our budget. Customer satisfaction, enhancing our satisfaction across all departments and all neighborhoods and communities, whether that be independent living, assisted living, skilled nursing. Of course, occupancy focus, maintain and exceed budgeted occupancy, and then in healthcare, particularly focusing on Medicare and personal service rates. And then financials, of course, very simple, manage expenses and meet your budgeted guidelines. So those are an overall high level, not necessarily just for IL or not necessarily for one department. I actually plan to, that Margaret and I discussed, meeting, I think you said the third Wednesday is when you set the goals. And so we'll be doing some goals discussion for 2024 and what that means for you and per department. So each department, of course, working with the resident survey feedback, we'll be meeting and discussing exactly what items, what tangible items we're going to be addressing in 2024 to continue to meet your needs and to continue to focus and improve on our resident satisfaction. So more to come on a deeper dive into our goals, but this is really kind of a high level of where we are at day 2 of 2024. Okay. So that really, like I said, we had canceled Tuesday Talk for the day after Christmas. There's been a lot of holidays and fun going on, so I knew that it'd be a brief update, but I wanted to give you an update nonetheless. So at this time, I could take any questions or comments if you'd like. And Miss Bobby will be the...
At the fitness center, we have a new rowing machine, which is a great addition. Some of us that use it would like to see it on a platform, so it'd be easier to get on and off.
There's a rowing machine in the fitness center, and you said you'd like to see it on a platform, so you can get understood. Okay, we can work on that.
Question, Lindsay, on the roof repair, is that both buildings? When they do the, back when you were talking about the roof repair?
I believe so. I would have to confirm with Darwin and Chris, but there are a couple different areas that they are addressing, so more than likely.
Is it something that's been identified, or are they gonna actually walk the roof and look?
I don't have a whole lot of details. I can get you more information.
Because I know the 5th floor south, at least, has had a lot of damage with the hallways and with the individual apartments. And I
Yeah,
don't know if you can see that from where they're gonna be looking or not.
I imagine Darwin is aware, and that is probably one of the areas, but I'd have to confirm.
Okay, hi, this is, just an idea, is there any way we could consider replacing the music sound system in the south dining room? The old, when they say it's very old, the powers that be told me that it's static, you can't hear the music for the static, and it would be so nice to be able to hear music during dinner.
I can most certainly look in that. You said in the north dining room?
No, south.
South.
Mm-hmm, thank you.
We have a question over here. Thanks, Johanna.
Who was it? Somebody over here?
Elizabeth.
Miss Elizabeth. You got backup.
Okay.
Also,
I was getting my steps in.
regarding the fitness center, I love to use the treadmill, but I would much appreciate a television over there. Right now, I have to rely on reading a book, and I would like to listen to the news, and the televisions are on the other side of the fitness center.
I'll have to take a look at it. I won't make any promises on that one, but we'll look at it.
Are you
Yeah.
talking about the exercise room in
The
the
new
north building?
No, in the gym.
In the gym, okay.
Yeah, those
Because the
TVs.
television in the exercise room in the north building sort of fell off the wall, and it needs some emergency medical attention.
Actually, I've not been in that room.
Well, that's a nice one for you to use because you live in the north building.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Once we hang it back up on the wall. Is that the fourth floor?
I have a question. Can you tell us how the star rating system works? Who decides the number of stars? How is it decided upon?
So that is a very, very complex process and that goes into that rating for healthcare. It is your quality measures, meaning all of the clinical outcomes. It is staffing, meaning how many RNs you have versus LVNs versus staffing levels. And there's also any of your state survey and deficiencies, so any citations you receive or lack thereof. So it's a very complex rating system. Actually, I do believe right when I started, Kyle had did a presentation about that, and we plan to do another one because it is a very complex. But the high level is it manages the staffing, the deficiencies, the citations, and as well as the clinical outcomes. So it's a full comprehensive.
I have a question. When you are in the skilled nursing, it's wonderful to have a private room. Would it ever be possible? Is it ever in the making here, or thoughts, plans?
Not thus far. I know you can have a private room if you pay for the other bed, but they were built to be mostly. But yes, that is always an option. Any other questions? Yes?
Who wants me?
As I understood it in the past, the plan was when we got a separate building for assisted living, the existing assisted living would become secure memory care, and then the skilled nursing would become all private rooms. That was in the plan, but so far we don't have the assisted living project.
Yes, I have not been privy to any of those conversations, so not to say it won't happen, but I'm not gonna stand up here and make you that promise. Any other questions?
Not exactly a question, but I did want to say, I think it speaks well of a community when we have servers who are students and they come back in the summer. A few of them have come back for Christmas vacation, and we're very happy to see them, and I think that's a wonderful observation.
I agree. That's one thing I've told Ricky. You know, he's a very proud father, and I said, you know, everybody has their strengths and their obstacles, and one of Ricky's most amazing strengths is he can take some of these young adolescents and really mentor and turn them into leaders. I have never seen the Maddies and you know, the Diegos, some of these team members that are so young but yet so ambitious and such strong leaders already, and that is definitely a strength that I admire about Ricky's leadership. So thank you for that. We agree.
I'll have to add to that. One of the reasons they come back is they want to continue to be employees here so they can be part of the scholarship fund. So when you're trying to figure out where you want to put some of your donations to the scholarship fund help us retain some of those people. And they have gotten some really nice scholarships too, and they deserve it.
Agreed, absolutely. Any other questions? Okay, well, Happy New Year and Happy Tuesday, and I look forward to a very successful 2024. Thank you.